I took care of my paralyzed mother-in-law for over a decade. Cleaning up her mess, massaging her legs and turning her over was all on me. My husband always came up with excuses to slack off. Until she passed away, I finally got a break. It was around National Day. And my husband said the whole family should go refuel together. I was excited, running around getting everything ready. The luggage was already in the car. But my husband blocked me from getting in. No room in the car. You can go next time. My son chimed in too. Mom is getting old. If she sits too long, she will start complaining about her back. My daughter walked past me and quietly got in the car. The next day, my husband posted a new photo on his feed. In it, besides the 2 kids, was his special friend. So all these years, I was home taking care of his paralyzed mom, while he was traveling all over the beautiful countryside with his soulmate. I stood in the cold hallway, wearing my reading glasses, looking closely at those pictures. Everyone in the photos was familiar to me. They were my husband Wang Yunhan, my kids Wang Xing, and Wang Min, my closest family in this world. In the picture, they looked so happy. It suddenly hit me. A couple years ago during Chinese New Year, I thought since everyone was in new clothes, we could take a family photo on the couch. What did they say back then? Oh, come on. Too much trouble. Next time. Who even does those cheesy group family photos anymore? Now they look silly. Turns out they just did not want to take photos with me. When I was not looking, they were already cozying up to another woman, taking plenty of silly family photos. I knew that woman. She came back from the countryside with Wang Yunhan as a fellow sent-down youth, also known as his soulmate Himuyan. My hands holding the phone started trembling a little. The neighbor kid hesitated for a moment, then said softly, "Grandma Lee, can I have my phone back now?" I nodded, handed the phone back to the kid, and turned around to go back home, just me alone. I was pacing around the house feeling totally lost. The place looked the same as always, but today I suddenly felt like everywhere I looked was just empty. Back in the day, my mother-in-law was stuck in bed, and she needed someone to look after her 24/7. Wang Yunhan was a grown man, but helping her turn over and clean up was fine for him. And I couldn't stand to see my kids go through that hassle. I just thought their hands were meant for studying and writing, doing something meaningful, not dealing with all the poop and pee. Every time they went out on vacation to relax, I'd volunteer to stay home, washing the pants and sheets my mother-in-law had messed up, while hoping they'd come back and tell me about all the places I'd never seen. But when my son and daughter came home, they were still busy with their studies. Good thing Wang Yunhan always brought me a gift when he got back, and it was only then that he would put his arm around my shoulder and say all sweet and gentle to me, "You've worked so hard. This family really can't do without you. Liu Jia, the best thing I ever did in my life was marrying you." I grew up in the countryside, and I was used to seeing rough around the edges guys. So when he gave me a few compliments, my heart felt like it was filled with honey. Even my bones felt light. Thinking about that, I went back to the bedroom and pulled out that little box. That box was my dowry, and inside it was all the warmth I'd gotten in 30+ years of marriage. A silk scarf, a few dried flowers, 2 postcards, a chipped seashell, and a pair of little peach dolls. Looking at them now, all these things were cheap, probably just stuff he picked up on a street stall to brush me off. And these were the things he used to sweet-talk me for over 30 years. It suddenly hit me. In the photo I just saw, Himoyan had a silk scarf tied around her neck, with the LV logo on it. My son's girlfriend bought one like that too. It cost a few grand. That little strip of fabric was enough to buy every piece of clothing in my closet. I still remember when Wang Yunhan gave me the dried flowers. He said to me, I still remember when Wang Yunhan gave me those dried flowers. He told me, flowers are just not practical things. They rot in a few days. But the dried flowers I gave you, they're like our marriage, lasting forever. Now thinking about it, isn't that the truth? Our life together is just like those dried flowers. Looks like they never fade, but really they're just dry and boring, covered in dust. Nobody even cares. If he really thought dried flowers were good, then why was Himuyan holding a big pot of roses in that picture? The more I thought about it, the angrier I got. Full of rage, I called Wang Yunhan. He answered real slow. His voice was super quiet too. If you got something to say, just say it. I got straight to the point. There was no room in your car for me, but you could fit Himuyan just fine. Oh really? Wang Yunhan paused for a sec, then quickly came up with an excuse. She knows how to use GPS. She also helped book the hotel for me and our son. Why are you starting to compare yourself with her? I was so mad I laughed. I at least have a high school diploma. It's not like I can't read. How come I can't use GPS? There are so many hotels. Couldn't anyone else book it except her? What? Does her hotel reservation strip your clothes off for you? And make the bed warmer? Is that it? From the other end of the call, I could faintly hear someone calling for Wang Yunhan. He didn't keep arguing with me. Just gave some half-hearted replies. I'm gonna go pick someone up. Don't go around running your mouth. Muyan is my best friend. We're completely innocent. It's just that this trip I didn't take you along. Next time, I'll let you come. All right. After he said that, he hung up in a hurry. Not too long after, my son texted me. Mom, the hotel my friend booked this time even gave us a big discount. You're this old now. Why are you still getting jealous over something so petty? Meow Meow and I are right here. Those two are above board. What else do you have to worry about? Oh right. I had someone build me a new computer. It should be delivered sometime tomorrow. Mom, can you pick it up from the parcel locker for me? Just be super careful carrying it. It was pretty pricey. I got so mad I almost laughed. Going on trips. He said he felt bad my back was acting up. And I couldn't sit for too long. When he asked me to move the PC, he forgot I can't carry heavy stuff because of my back. Whatever. Thoughtless jerk. Exactly like his dad. Wang Yunhan just talks a good game too. Putting on a show to look like a good son. But in reality he dumps all his mom's care on me. His mom has been bedridden for over a decade. Wang Yunhan goes on about how much he cares about his mom. Does he even shed a tear or two for her when talking to others? But truth is he hardly ever touched her bedpan. I kept staring at that photo on Wang Yunhan's social media. Then looked at my own rough wrinkled hands. All I could think was, why do they get to treat me like this? My phone buzzed a few times. I wiped the tears off my face. Opened it up. The neighbor kid had sent me screenshots of Wang Yunhan's posts. Grandma Li. I pulled these from my grandma's WeChat. I'll let you know when there's new stuff. What a thoughtful kid. He even sorted the screenshots by date for me. So it turns out they go on trips every few months. Sometimes just the two of them. Sometimes with their kids too. And they've never skipped a year. He even posts the photos openly for everyone to see. Just blocking me from seeing them. All these years I never had time to chat with anyone. Endless housework. Endless laundry. Already drained me completely. I kept his mom so clean she never got bed sores. That's because I cleaned and massaged her every single day. If he hadn't slipped up and forgotten to block me this time, I would've just waited at home for him, like always. But now I get it. If he likes Hee Muyan that much, why didn't he marry her? Back then she was the one who chased after me first. And wanted to marry me. Like back in the day. Just like back then. I finally picked a really fancy hotel that screamed expensive from the moment I saw it. Why should those three get to enjoy life? With hot springs and a 5-star stay. While I'm the only one told to save up. There's a reason for the price tag though. The big bed in my room actually smelled nice. There was even a shiny crystal chandelier hanging from the ceiling. The marble floor was so clean that I could see my face in it. The young lady at the front desk smiled so gently at me. And helped me check in. It wasn't until I was lying on that soft fluffy bed that it suddenly hit me. No wonder why Wang Yunhan and Hee Muyan looked so young. So this was what their life was like, when they went out. Every single day they saw smiling faces. That's the kind of thing that keeps you in a good mood. And looking younger, right? But what about me? Every day I wake up and head straight to the grocery store. Sometimes the vendors cheat me on the weight. And I'd even argue with them for ages over just $3 or $5. If I'd known the money I saved was being spent by others, I'd rather let the sellers have my cash. Pay for 2 pounds of veggies, but only take 1. At least then I'd always see people smiling at me. But that's just my wishful thinking. When I actually woke up the next morning, realizing I'd dropped over $400 on a single night's sleep. That still stung. And then thinking about how Wang Yunhan used to spend like this all the time. That hurt even more. Good thing the girl at the front desk was super sweet though. She even took the time to tell me which bus to take to go watch the flag raising. Before I left, I asked her if a 5-star hotel like this always cost the same everywhere. And she looked at me all confused. Mom, this is not a star-rated hotel. This is a budget hotel. The real 5-star places charge way more than we do. She helped me download an app where I could check hotel prices and even book ahead. I searched for one of the hotels where Wang Yunhan and his wife stayed. A single room was over $1,800 a night. On my way from the hotel to see the flag raising, I couldn't stop laughing at myself. Li Rojia, you're such a joke. Turns out the luxury you thought you had wasn't even pocket change compared to what others spend. I stood in front of Tiananmen Square and paid $5 to have someone take a picture of me. A solo picture felt just as fulfilling. I studied my own face in that photo and vaguely remembered the last time I had a picture taken. was when Wang Yunhan and I got our marriage certificate. Still from when I got the marriage certificate with Wang Yunhan. Back then my hair was still thick and full. I had 2 big braids. And my voice was always a bit louder than everyone else's. Now look at me. Gray hairs popping up everywhere. Face full of exhaustion. It feels like decades of marriage just sucked the life out of me. But my sadness didn't last long. Wang Yunhan called me up. Rujia, where did you put my debit card? How come the charges are showing up in Beijing? I don't know if he was genuinely confused or just faking it. But I calmly told him. I used it. I'm in Beijing right now. Wang Yunhan was stunned for a second. Why are you running around like that? You've never left home your whole life. What if something happens to you? Didn't we agree? I'd take you next time. At this age, why are you throwing a tantrum? Besides, even if you did go out, you should be more careful with money. You're spending way too fast. You've spent almost 1,000 in just one day. I was planning to use that money. I cut him off. It was 786.50. Wang Yunhan paused. What? I repeated myself. Yesterday I spent a total of 786.50 on transportation and accommodation. That's not even the deposit for one room at the hotel you guys booked. So am I the only one in this family who has to pinch pennies? Is it really that easy to take advantage of this dumb old lady just because she's been around forever? I never usually meddle in money matters. But suddenly asking him like that, Wang Yunhan probably wasn't ready for it. He just blurted out without thinking. That's different. You don't earn money. Then he tried to backtrack. The kids are all working now. They have a lot of pressure. So it's nice to give them a break. Look at you. Why are you comparing yourself to them? Forget it. The money's already spent. You should be happy now. Things are pretty crazy out there. Better come home soon. You don't have anything to do at home these days anyway. Don't forget to take my books out of the bookshelf and air them out. And he still had the nerve to ask me to sun those books. He actually has the nerve to ask me to sun-dry the books. I figured he should get some sun on his face. I didn't think of it until he said something. Now that he brought it up, it suddenly hit me. I should donate those books too. That's what I'll do when I get back. Thinking about him going home, and seeing that empty study, I can't help but smirk inside. Let your He Muyan handle the killing for you. Isn't he always happy to help? Li Liu Jia. What's up with you lately? Why do you keep picking on Muyan? Didn't I already tell you? We're just completely platonic friends. I hung up the phone right away. Didn't want to argue about this nasty stuff in such a sacred place. Completely platonic friends. That's an insult to the word friends. He knows his depth. He knows his length. Other than that, they don't know a damn thing. I spent the whole morning at the Forbidden City. Walking out from the stone path. I squeezed onto the subway again. Went to Nanluoguxiang for some jjiang noodles. Then checked out the bird's nest and water cube. Totally satisfied I headed home. Next up I've got a tough fight on my hands. Along the way, I saw tons of families traveling together. They were holding their kids. And guiding their elders. Looking at those happy scenes, I became more and more sure. My husband and kids leaving me behind. Wasn't my fault. Since they ditched me, I'm gonna stick to their family like glue. They came back 2 days early. And they brought He Muyan with them. As soon as Wang Xing walked in he yelled out, "Mom! We have guests. Quick, bring out some fruit." Wang Min kicked off her shoes and headed straight for the fridge. Seeing it was empty, she turned to me and demanded, "Mom, why didn't you prepare my juice? Didn't I text you on my way back?" I glared coldly at Wang Xing. "You picked a new mom for yourself. It doesn't have to be right away. In a few days you can host whoever you want." Then I turned to Wang Min. "How much are you paying me to work for you?" Wang Min was stunned. "What do you mean?" He Muyan let out a little laugh. Didn't even take his shoes off. Just walked right onto the floor like he owned the place. Strode straight to the sofa and sat down. "Yun Han, you got it all wrong. Let me explain it to you. This time I went on that trip. Just happened to run into them. Sister Liu. We go way back. You know me. If Yun Han had something going on, why would he have gone after you in the first place?" I yanked the pillow out from behind him. Dusted it off. "I hand embroidered this. Shame if he messed it up. Some people spend their early years loving meat. And their later years loving crap. Taste change, who can call it? How the hell would I know what Wang Yunhan's thinking? People just change as they live. Anyway, I figure a guy and a girl going away together for days every few months. Hard to say it's not because they're bored of the regular meals. And got their eyes on someone else." He Muyan's smile froze on her face. "Are you saying all this crap just to smear me? Ruin my rep? No wonder you had a bad name back in the village. And Yun Han said you were decent. He really screwed up with that one." Wang Min's eyes bounced between us a few times. seeing me ignore him completely. He stomped his foot and went back to his room. Wang Xing, that hothead, was in a rush to stick up for his dear third auntie. Mom, that's way too far. How can you talk about Aunt Fang like that? She came over to clear things up between you and Dad. His words got cut off by my slap. Wang Xing held his swollen cheek, staring at me in shock. Mom, you hit me. I nodded. Lie again and I'll hit you again. Is this the first time you bumped into him on a trip? You bump into him every time. I grabbed a photo and threw it at Wang Xing's face. I really raised a good son. Smiling like family with someone else's mom. Going home, she treats her own mom like a maid. She lies without even blinking. Now explain yourself. From all over the place. How come he has such a deep connection with you all? The matchmaker Cupid's got nothing else to do. Every day just busy pulling strings for you guys. Right. Wang Xing shrank his neck, squeezed into a corner of the sofa and kept quiet. He Muyan looked at those photos. His face slowly turned cold. What does this even prove? Just a few photos. It's not like anything over the top. If Yunhan didn't travel with me, how could he take you out? Can you even understand Sanshan Yi Jing? Do you recite poems by the water? A person needs to know their place. Back then, with your rotten reputation, Yunhan married you and never ditched you his whole life. You should be grateful. If it were you, could you have such deep feelings for your own face? I touched my own face and let out a light laugh. I said, He Muyan, how much education do you think you've got? We took the same college entrance exam back then. Your score was even dozens lower than mine. I got in, just didn't attend. What about you? I heard you repeated 3 years. He Muyan's expression suddenly shifted. A bit of smugness crept in. Wang Yunhan's voice came from behind me. Li Liujia, why are you so classless now? You've learned to poke where it hurts. Muyan took the exam 3 times to get into college. That shows perseverance. What about you? You gave up after failing once. You let yourself sink. Who are you to talk about others? I turned around, grabbed the plate off the table, and smashed it right in Wang Yunhan's face. The ceramic plate shattered right on his face. Shards flew all over the floor. Didn't even scratch that thick skin of his. You've got the nerve to talk. I used to be better at school than you. A dimwit like you got into college. Why didn't I get in? Don't you know why? If you hadn't insisted on helping in the kitchen a few days before the exam, how could I hurt my hand? Who paid for your college food and stuff? Who made the clothes you wear? Your mom heard you still need to spend money. You ran faster than a rabbit back then. She doesn't care about you. Everyone says I'm dirty. Now you got the nerve to say I let myself go. The dirt on Mark's head. Don't know if it's from being hit or from anger. His face all red. Stomping his feet. Lily Liu. You crazy woman. Mason scrambled off the couch, grabbing Mark's hand and hiding behind him. Now Mike wasn't just sitting there playing dead anymore. He stood up and blocked me. Mom, you're going too far. Can't you just talk nicely? Why you gotta hit people? I slapped him across the other cheek. If I'm not hitting him, I'm hitting you. You came from me. I raised you. I put you through school. All that food went straight to the dogs. You side with your dad against your mom, treating your own mom like a maid and a clown. You're such a good and obedient son. Mike covered his cheek. Why'd you hit me again? Mike knows too. Why don't you hit Mike instead? You just play favorites. Every time we get into trouble together. You know I don't hit him. He didn't do well on his college entrance exam. You sent him abroad. I did well. And you only gave me that little bit of allowance. His eyes were red. Every word was full of resentment. I was so mad I laughed. Mike says I'm unfair. You say I'm unfair too. You two really are twins. You're so in sync. When you both get into trouble, Mike apologizes right away. You just argue back. Before Mike went abroad, I asked for your opinion too. You agreed back then, didn't you? Now you're feeling all bitter. Your allowance was set by your dad. He said it himself. Why raise boys poor? I tilted my chin up, pointing at He Muyan. You saved up your allowance. I didn't spend a dime. Didn't you two take it all to go gallivanting? Wang Xing looked at me, then looked at his dad with those droopy eyelids, stomped his foot, and had nothing to say. He turned around and headed back to his room too. Finally things calmed down. I walked up to Wang Yunhan and said calmly, I want to divorce us. Before Wang Yunhan could say anything, He Muyan jumped in first. No way. You two can't get divorced. I raised my hand. He instinctively ducked his neck and hid behind Wang Yunhan. The guy chickened out, but his mouth still wouldn't shut up. If you two divorce, what am I supposed to be? That'll wreck my reputation. I haven't done anything crazy. Wang Yunhan was pretty bold though. He held He Muyan's hand. with chips of porcelain all over his head, and stared at me cool as a cucumber. Are you sure? You really want to go through with it? At your age no one would even hire you for work. Who's gonna take care of you after the divorce? I clawed at his face. Your face is thicker than a shoe sole. You take care of me. You should count up how much you owe me all these years. A nurse taking care of a bedridden patient costs at least $8,000 a month. I took care of your mom for 16 years. You went to college all decked out, saying I made money sewing clothes for others thread by thread. When you first started working your salary was only $80. I took care of 2 kids. And stayed up late at night, trimming threads for other people. Penny by penny scraping together money for the family. Now that you've made it, you have the nerve to say you support me. Wang Yunhan's face turned red. Whether from shame or anger I couldn't tell. I pulled the prepared divorce papers from my pocket. Sign this now. And come with me to finish the paperwork. Wang Yunhan snatched the papers. Read them over carefully. Then tore them to shreds. Half my assets. You're dreaming. I'll give you at most $10,000 as alimony. If you don't want that you can leave with nothing. I can't just sit back and watch him do this. You better think this through. I'm trying to be nice and talk this out with you. This offer won't come around again. If you agree to divorce me right now, you can go off and live your dream life with your soulmate. Isn't that good? Wang Yunhan let out a sarcastic laugh. There's no reasoning with a shrew like you. I nodded. Fine. Then don't come crying later. I grabbed my bag and turned to walk out. Wang Yunhan called after me. Li Liujia. Where do you think you're going? This place still needs to be cleaned up. Clean up the place. He's the one who's about to get cleaned up. First thing the next morning, I was sitting right outside Wang Yunhan's workplace, with a big foam board set up next to me. It had the love story of Wang Yunhan and He Muyan plastered on it. A lot of people gathered around to look. I wasn't ashamed at all. When someone asked me scheme, I'd tell the whole story with full drama. I told how heartless he was, how he'd lived like a decent man for years just by draining his wife dry, and then wanted to kick her out with nothing. Wang Yunhan puts on this perfect act in public, always talking about never abandoning his poor wife. Well, I'm done with his hypocrisy now. His old boss kind of took his side. He was pacing around me all nervous. He said, hey sister, why are you doing this to yourself? Wang Yunhan might have messed up a bit. But you didn't actually catch them doing anything serious. Right. I'll make him apologize to you later. You've been through so many years already. You're about to enjoy the good life now. Making a scene like this just doesn't look good. I gave him a side eye. Enjoy the good life. Who's enjoying it? The good life of washing clothes and cooking meals. Or the good life of him traveling while I stay home scrubbing floors. Here, take this good life. Do you want it? He was quiet for a long moment. Then the phone rang. He answered it with an awkward look. His eyes went wide. He hung up and hurried over to me. Liujia, you better stop standing guard here. Your husband just got admitted to the hospital. I rolled my eyes. He's in the hospital. Not my problem. Go see him with Muyan. He gave me this helpless look. Shook his head, let out a sigh. Not long after, my phone rang. It was Wang Xing. He was probably really panicked. His voice was all choked up. Mom, where did you put Dad's calligraphy and inkstones? Those are Dad's most prized possessions. Dad went to the study this morning. And then he just collapsed. I had to rush him to the hospital. Didn't even make it to work. Mom, if you're mad at Dad, why take it out on his stuff? It's come to this now. And he thinks I'm the one with the attitude. Didn't your dad tell you I'm divorcing him? Oh, come on. You two are way too old for this. Why even bother with a divorce? At worst, I'll apologize to you on his behalf. All right, Mom. I know those things are valuable. You don't want to toss them. Just tell me where you hid them. He knows me pretty well, since he's so determined to ask. I guess I have to tell him. I donated them. Go tell your dad. If he wants to see them, he can go feast his eyes at the library. But whether they'll let him touch them, that I can't guarantee. Now Wang Xing is freaking out. No way. Mom, you can't joke like that. How could you do this? I didn't feel like arguing with him, so I just blocked him. And kept telling the crowd the story of that ungrateful family. I always knew those things meant a lot to Wang Yunhan. But I didn't think he'd be so fragile. He just got a little prick from the ink and calligraphy. And a few jabs from his co-workers. And that was enough to give him a stroke. When Wang Min told me the news, he wasn't jumping around like Wang Xing. Mom, Dad had a stroke. Do you want to come see him? I know you don't want to come. I'm just asking to be polite. He seemed really down. I almost said something nice. But I held back, and didn't say a word. He's 26 now. He's not that little kid who'd throw himself in my arms saying he loved me most. In the end, I just replied, I'm not coming. With this situation, it's even harder to ask for a divorce. Then I'll just file a lawsuit. But lawsuits take forever. I found a senior living place in the coastal city of Jungbin by myself. I've made a bunch of new girlfriends here. We play cards in the activity room and take walks by the beach together. Sometimes I even help them alter their clothes. When my girlfriend's kids come to visit, they sometimes bring me little gifts too. See, there are plenty of people who pay it forward. Like that kid who sorted Wang Yunhan's photos for me back then. He just ate a few meals at my place when his parents were fighting. But he still stood up for me. Didn't even bother hiding it from me. But I still had some fight left in me. The kids I raised so carefully. Forget it, no point bringing that up. Maybe a few months later, I was scrolling through short videos and saw something about Wang Min. That guy she never talked about. Her fake boyfriend still ended up cheating. Wang Min straight up made a 60-page slideshow about that guy's stuff and spread it everywhere. That's a pretty good move. I might have to learn that trick myself. Just wondering why this time she didn't think a guy and a girl grabbing a meal or watching a movie was no big deal. The slideshow ended with a photo of a plane ticket. She was ready to go abroad. Wang Xing called me again, sniffling and crying. Mom, please come back. I gotta work and take care of Dad. Wang Min is just gonna walk away. I can't handle this time. Now I know I was wrong. That he Muyan, he doesn't care about my dad at all. I just laughed. If his dad's got no money, he ain't getting any. Who'd want to get involved in that? Your dad's got money. Just hire a nurse for him. Wang Xing stammered. You two had so many years together. Isn't it all about being partners in old age? Growing old together? I got it now. This is a trap to get me back. And avoid spending a dime. Don't even think about it. Except for the paperwork. I'm not coming back. I took care of your grandma like this back then. When I was looking after her. You guys were out having fun. Now it's my turn to have fun. You go ahead and enjoy that feeling. In the end, I never got that divorce done. Wang Xing went cheap and hired a foreign nurse. The type who just half-asses the care. Hastily sends them off, then quickly switches to the next family. Wang Yunhan didn't last a few months with him before he was completely gone. The neighbor's kid told me. Granny Lee, when he was carried out, he even got maggots on him. Ew. I know that sick old man too well. Just think about it. He just lay there doing nothing. Blood not flowing. Of course he would get bed sores. Bed sores turn into open wounds. Plus the filth. No wonder maggots showed up. But hey, it works out. Less trouble. Now no need to split the inheritance. I didn't buy him a cemetery or urn either. Gotta be thrifty, right? Just threw his ashes into a trash can. Carried it along as I walked. Past a stinky ditch on the road. Dropped a couple pieces there, came across a bare mountain. Tossed a few more and the last bits I smashed and let the wind scatter. Isn't that a perfect way to honor his love for nature? Wang Xing followed me the whole way. He tried to speak a few times, but kept swallowing it back down. Until I was about to get on the train. He finally came up and said, Mom, I know I was wrong. Please don't. I shook my head. I wished you. Not expecting you to take care of me. I only hope to raise two people useful to society. I failed. So be it. From now on you are you. I am me. Let's just act like strangers. I've been worn out my whole life. In the days ahead, I want to live for myself. My lady friend called me Rujia. Come back quick. We're waiting for you to play cards. 3 players ready, just missing you. I walked quickly into the high-speed train, heading toward the rest of my life that belongs